They're talking basketball. They're fucking dumb as shit. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pod Don't Lie with Sam and Stav. We're back at that ass. Thank you. Episode 3 right now. And just as we thought the fucking trades, all the fucking free agency
I thought you were going to
was...
say just as we thought this pod is rolling, man. We're killing it.
We are, dude. We're killing it, baby. We've gotten threatening emails from ESPN. They're trying to get us to stop, but we won't.
We won't.
We're here for the people.
We're coming for you.
So obviously the biggest news, Russ for CP3. And this was, now officially we can take Woj off notifications.
True.
Everyone. I got a new Woj today, and it was like some bullshit retweet of Philly, and I was like, it's kind of like after if you sex someone and then you bust, and then they sex you back, you're like, get the fuck out of here, bitch. I don't need you anymore. That's how I feel about Woj is sending me titty pics after I already busted my nut.
We're good. We're set, Woj.
We're set.
And also,
baby.
like, we didn't predict this at all. Like, I didn't even think Houston was in the running for Westbrook.
It was one of those things where it's like, oh, Daryl Morey. Anytime a star comes up, and it's like, it doesn't make sense. CP3's contract it's actually shorter, but it's like same contract.
He's 1 year. He's 1 year longer than. Oh, is he shorter?
No, Russ is longer. Russ is one longer.
Really?
Yeah. But he's also younger. But it just didn't make sense. We all thought Miami for sure. It seemed like the bad attitude All Stars was.
I was looking forward to that squad.
It would have been awesome. But yeah, here we are, and the biggest news of the week, obviously, Russ is traded for CP3. The specifics are Chris Paul, 2 protected first-round picks in 2024 and 2026, both protected numbers 1 through 4, and 2 pick swaps in 2021 and 2025. And yeah, it's a lot. It's smart. It's smart on Presti's, part, because it's like these you want to push that shit out as far as possible. You want to wait for Harden to get out of his prime, and all this shit starts kicking in when Harden's like, I think in his mid-30s. So,
but all these picks, like, the Clippers did the same thing. If what they have doesn't work in 2 or 3 years, is Kawhi going to be happy? Same with James Harden. Is he going to be happy in like 2 years when they have no picks and their team?
Well, I think for the Rock, okay, let's just talk about the if it's good for Houston, right? Because it is. Both of those, I think if you're the Clippers, you absolutely have to do it. You're just taking a swing at Kawhi. You're taking a swing at Paul George. You're like, fuck it, our window. And by the way, they only signed 2-year deals with player options, which is kind of fucked up. That is like, the Clippers are like, they've mortgaged their future. And in 2 years, if they don't like it, Kawhi's like, fuck it, I'm leaving.
The players have all the power.
Which rules? Fuck owners. Fuck billionaires.
Agreed.
I love it anytime.
It sucks for the fans a little bit, but
Yeah, I guess a little bit, but no. This is the most exciting the league's ever been. We're talking about the fucking player movement. I like your boys getting together and just playing. That's kind of what this is.
But as a Knicks fan,
Russ wanted to play with his boys.
As a Knicks fan, it hurts so badly to see Patrick Ewing in a Magic and Sonics jersey.
For sure.
That was like, dude, what? That's like seeing like. It's like the scene in The Sopranos when Edie Falco runs into Pussy's wife, and she's like looking for discounts. She's like, "Does this coupon work?" You're like, Patrick, no.
If only Pussy could have fucking kept his mouth shut, you dumb bitch. You wouldn't need to be clipping coupons.
That's brutal.
That's what you get for marrying a rat. Sorry for the spoilers if anyone hasn't watched the fucking Sopranos. But
get on it,
dude. Yeah, I think. Okay, so breaking down this, I think it's a great. I honestly, at first I was like, this doesn't make any fucking sense.
You like it for Houston?
I like it for Houston.
Wow.
I really do. And I didn't at first, right? Because it's like, well, these guys are fucking, there's obviously fit issues, right? These are literally the 2 most ball-dominant players of all time.
More than Kobe, statistically.
Yeah, it's crazy. And in that dueling MVP years, it was like, they had the most.
True.
Ever. And it's like, it doesn't exactly make sense, right? And like, Chris Paul just kind of stood out of James Harden's way a lot. Is Russ going to do that? And even if he does do that, is he even going to draw the defense away? Because he's not that good a shooter. Like, Russ was 29% from 3.
He's a bad shooter.
He was 29% from 3 last year, and his career is 34%. So that's not great. Chris Paul, obviously a much better shooter than that. I think he was 35 last year, and that was a down year for him. He shot as high as 40%.
Better defender, too.
Better defender just because he's smarter and he's wilier. But
more efficient.
Sure, more efficient, and can play off ball, right?
Yeah.
So immediately it's like, well, this fucking is a weird fit. But here's the biggest thing: Russ is just a much fucking better player. Like, Chris Paul was already going into the facet of his career. He was in the load management zone, right? And Harden, it seems like he gets gassed. So Russ is like just in terms of let's make the fucking team work. Now you have another horse, another guy that you can ride to just like fucking, you know, and they'll play. They're both used to doing my turn, your turn basketball. You know,
they did it in OKC.
Their whole lives they've done it.
But that's the whole thing, though. To me, that kind of it's like, dude, it didn't work when they were on a better team. You know, I know they weren't quite as good. Obviously, Harden wasn't Harden yet. But this is, as someone who's gotten back together with toxic exes and tried to make it work. This is, I know they're friends, and that's, I think, part of the appeal. Because I heard D'Antoni on the Woj podcast saying, well, these are two guys that want to play together, so they'll make it work.
But that's the thing. I don't think it's a toxic ex. I think it's a hookup that you had in college, and you're like,
really?
Why don't we give it a shot for real? It's like someone you haven't seen. You got sucked off in like a fucking foam party by this girl, and then she just texts you. She's like, you want to move in together? And it's like, this might just be crazy enough to work.
No, but, see, that's the problem. It's in your scenario. I agree. Maybe it's like a good short situation, like a will they, won't they in college. Right. But then the moving in together, the 3-year commitment.
But she's like, listen, She's like, listen, my parents have this awesome apartment. We always had great chemistry. Rent is free. We're both getting paid. Let's just give it a whirl. You know what I don't know. It's
dude, he didn't. I know that Houston is way deeper than OKC, but I mean, I thought Russ could not really make it work with Paul George last year.
Sure, but you know what? They weren't boys, right? Like, honestly,
but I thought they kind of were, though. When he declared his loyalty.
Well, okay, all right. Here's my grand theory, right?
Okay,
Russ is here's the problem. Russ doesn't cheat on his wife. Okay, he's faithful.
Really?
Yes, and that's why he has all this pent up sort of incel energy. Because in the NBA, being faithful is basically being an incel. Only fucking one woman is basically not having sex for controlling for an NBA player.
To do another Sopranos reference, when they find out Johnny Sack's the only one that doesn't fuck around, and they're like, that pussy. Great. Maybe Russ is Johnny Sack.
Well, here's what I'm saying. So Russ doesn't fuck, right? Yeah. So he's got all this pent up fucking energy on the court. Now, whereas Harden, at any point, Harden's beard smells like 4 Houston strippers. You know what I mean? That guy fucks too much. He literally has a banner hanging up in, I think, a place called Houston Dreams, a strip club. They have a James Harden banner. He's literally sent women through community college nursing programs in Houston. There's probably a hospital. There's probably going to be a James Harden wing of a pediatric hospital because of how many fucking community college nurses graduated off of Harden's ones, right? So that's what I'm saying. He is too relaxed. He's always just kind of going with the flow. Now, you get Russ a little bit of side pussy, and you let him get a little lean. You know, we're in Houston, give him some lean, let him play some DJ Screw, go to a strip club, and then Harden gets just a piece of that incel rage, and then they're just both mellowed out, dude.
They hit equilibrium. Because you never hear Russ. I mean, also he's in a smaller market, OKC, but you hear James Harden, you know, Amber Rose, Khloe Kardashian. Mm-hmm. You know he's a little kinky. Like at least a finger in the butt, maybe 2.
100%.
Russ probably just fucks missionary really fast.
Yeah, just pounding his wife.
Just pounds her.
Has 3 beautiful children. His son Noah, great kid. He's so cute. He looks like little Russ.
He is a cute family.
Super cute kid.
Maybe Harden opens up this weird world to him, and then
yes, I think side pussy and lean is going to be the reason the Rockets make it possibly to the fucking finals. That's my hypothesis.
Well, here's the thing too: is Daryl Morey I've critiqued because I don't think he's done a great job for James Harden. I know he goes after the star, but dude, Dwight Howard, Chris Paul,
right,
and now Westbrook, those are not the easiest to work. And if you look at they're big names.
Sure. And if you look at the Chris Paul, in hindsight, it's almost like, wouldn't you rather have all the shit you traded Chris Paul for? At this point, Trez, Lou Will, Pat Bev, like
he went for the ring.
But you know what? That's actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I said that, but that's unfair because they really were. They had that shot, man.
That's what I'm saying.
2 years ago, it's like you can't fault Morey for the Chris Paul trade.
No.
Because it was exactly what he wanted done.
But the Dwight Howard thing, like that was already kind of a dented canile move.
Yeah.
That was when Dwight
post Lakers
back problems.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was and
still hadn't come to grips with his closeted homosexuality.
Is that confirmed?
It's not confirmed, but think about it, dude. He is like classic like church gay black guy. You know what I mean?
I didn't think about that.
Think about it, dude. He's always talking about how gay people are wrong. He's got a bunch of different like kids like with side bitches. Like if that's not trying to prove you're straight, I don't know what is. So anyway, he had a lot going on mentally, is all I'm saying with Dwight.
That's such a sad reason to like, no, I'm not gay, dude. Look at all these illegitimate kids.
Look at all these children with bad childhoods I've made. I'm fucking straight. What's straighter than that? But yeah, I know what you're saying, dude. But I think here's my argument for why this might work is because so they're going to stagger their minutes a lot, right? Last year, James Harden he played by himself without CP3 about 11 minutes a game. CP3 played about 9 minutes a game without Harden. So maybe you stagger that a little more. You know what I mean? And think about Russ. Russ, when it's just him, it's kind of interesting, dude, because he's never had shooting. Absolutely never had shooting.
He's got Eric Gordon.
So now you've got shooting. Like
he's got
Russ plus
Austin
shooters.
Rivers, not great.
Pretty good. He was pretty good last year.
Eric Gordon's very good if he's on. He had an off year.
Yeah, PJ Tucker. Like
I love PJ Tucker,
but he's got shooting, and him and Capella is like a nice little pick and roll type
Poor
of shit.
Steven Adams, though. God damn, that guy. He would have jumped on a sword.
Absolutely. Well, Capella's got right now. Russ is like, hey man, just so you know, you will you'll never get a rebound. If it's me and you, do not. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what they teach you in Europe, but here, now that Russ is here, you're not getting any.
He's also
rebounds.
never going to set a screen half as badass as
That's
Steven
true.
Adams.
Steven Adams looks like he could just fucking. I would never take a screen from Steven Adams.
No way.
But also, maybe Russ in the second unit. Can you imagine that? You're some fucking backup point guard, and you see fucking Russell Westbrook just jamming his dick down your throat.
I'm not convinced he's better than Chris Paul. I think Chris Paul is harder to deal with.
Right now.
He's not as efficient. He's
injury-wise, just like durability-wise, minutes-wise.
Minutes-wise.
He's a fucking walking triple-double. As much as you want to say, like, I think, like, I don't know. I've liked Russ. He's fucking cool. And I think this is his chance to, if he's ever going to put it together, it's going to be right here.
I hope it is, because he did it kind of the right way in terms of loyalty. Like old school players love him. I just think Chris Paul, he's tough to deal with, man, but he's such a high IQ player.
Yeah.
He's, 34?
But that's exactly it. He's 34. He gets fucking injured every time. He needs to be at the phase of his career where he's playing 25, 30 minutes a game max, and he's maybe only playing like 60 games. And it's like, Harden keeps getting fucking tired. Westbrook, he can listen, if Harden goes down, if Harden had gone down at any point for an extended period of time last year, they're fucked. But now Harden goes down, you have insurance with Russ. I think the two separate teams they have without each other are awesome. I am worried about the fit when they're playing, and obviously that's going to be most of the time, but
True.
Who fucking knows? I listened to that D'Antoni interview too, and he basically said if they want to make it work, right?
Yeah.
And Russ does have the tools if he really wants to make it work. He's cutting. He's fucking, you know what I mean? Like, he's just, if he wants to play defense, I mean, he hasn't in the last fucking couple years. He takes a lot of plays off. But what if this is dialed in?
But does Russell play defense either?
We're going to show KD. You know what? Like, there's also that element, dude. Because KD's got his rings. What if this is Harden and fucking Russ being like, fuck KD. We can do it without him. There's a lot of fucking psychological.
It's going to be, all I know is it's going to be a dark time on the banana boat with Melo and CP3.
Yeah, Melo and CP3 playing for fucking Beijing next year. They're just
Wade and LeBron are just relaxed. Like, man, all those rings are so fun. And Melo's like, ugh.
So
go to Beijing if you're Melo. Just go.
Go. They'll fucking pay you.
Be the best.
It'll be awesome. Get fat as shit just to shoot threes.
Get fat and just back dudes down.
Yeah. So I don't. I mean, I guess we talk about what does this mean for OKC now.
Did you see the OKC NBA Jam shirt of Chris Paul and a 2021 first round pick? Brutal. Amazing.
Chris Paul and a fucking 11th grader. Chris Paul and some kid who's in sophomore year of high school right now.
Some kid in a headlock. Like, please. He will be so rough. Like, you thought Kobe was bad on rookies and youngins.
Yeah.
Kobe had 5 rings.
Yeah.
Chris Paul's got that pent up, like, talk about
Absolutely.
not busting a nut.
I know.
Chris Paul has that pent up, because Chris Paul, no one can knock that competitive fire.
For
like,
sure.
He is that dude.
Probably the best point guard of his generation.
All around, I mean, Curry's obviously the best, but all around, you've got to give it to CP3 for being able to do everything.
Right. I wouldn't even put them necessarily in this, like, Chris Paul's in LeBron's generation. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like Curry's the next one. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. What does this mean for OKC?
What was he yelling at Steph during that playoff game? Didn't he, like, troll him during warm-ups?
I don't remember.
He did something really...
He shimmied at him after he hit a three, and then the Warriors ended up winning that game, which is hilarious.
Steph just didn't miss that game.
Yeah.
He could not miss a shot. Crazy.
But I don't know. I really kind of like this move, and I just think like
you're convincing me more because I was really the more I thought about Morey in the situation. All right, here's the one thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thought I had. One time I went to a girl's house. You know this story.
Hit me with it.
I went to a girl's house. She was like, "Come over, and I want to give you a blowjob." And I was like, "All right, cool." I didn't know her that well, but I was like, "Yeah, I was excited.
Yeah.
I was very excited."
Of course.
Sounds like a great deal on paper, right?
On paper, a great deal.
On paper, great. I show up. She's going down on me, and a dude walks in.
Oh no!
And he's a jack dude.
Uh-oh.
You know, so that's
he's trying to pull a pick swap. He wants a 2019 head swap.
Dude,
see, you didn't read the fine print on the deal.
I should have had an agent look it over. No, but it was like that to me is like a Daryl Morey move. You know, where like you kind of think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
That big jack dude, that's Dwight Howard.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was like, you thought I would like this. I don't like this.
Interesting. So you're comparing.
I'm comparing the girl who invited me over as Daryl Morey. In this scenario, I'm James Harden.
James Harden.
Or James Softon, if you look at my dick. And then, so this guy he's Dwight.
Yes.
Dwight. Everyone thought that was a great move for the Rockets.
Right.
Turned out to be horrible.
Right. All the fans.
He should have gotten MVP that year over Curry.
Who's that?
James Harden.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, it was.
No,
neck
I think he should have gotten the fucking. Yeah, I think he got robbed twice. I think he deserved the MVP over Russ. But anyway, that's also a funny dynamic is that the Thunder fans and the Rockets fans kind of had a little rivalry over who's the MVP. But
that's
now
true.
They're boys.
And they probably were always boys because I think Russ likes loyalty and look, they traded him.
Right.
You know?
And they traded him where he wanted to go. You mean they traded Harden?
Harden, yeah.
Yeah.
But then also, you know, Durant, and it seems like he's good with Paul George even, which is so weird.
I don't trust that.
Really? But I think they both wanted out, and it was just that Paul George asked first.
Yeah.
It's hard to ask out once you've been like, I'm the guy that's staying. It's like if Dame asked out now, you'd be like, but you just
It was last year.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. Okay, so let's just go through for OKC real quick. You know, they have a lot of shit. From 2020 to 2026, they have 15 draft assets between the Clippers, Nuggets, Rockets, their own picks. Plus, they have SGA, who's really fucking good. I think.
like him a lot.
At the very least, he's top or in the median starting point guard, like 15.
That's his.
I think that's his fucking. I think that's his floor, dude. He's.
They
really
got my
good.
boy Gallinari.
They got Danilo on an expiring.
They're not a bad league pass team because you get Steven Adams, Danilo. There's some fun guys.
I would watch it. The thing is, everyone said they were going to trade CP3, but it's like, who the fuck do they trade him to? Now maybe they have to attach. They have so many draft assets that they're like, hey, Miami, just fucking take him. But then it's like Miami will take him, but all they're getting back is shitty contracts.
Is there a scenario where the Lakers get him, and if they give the Lakers picks back to take him?
They don't have the cap space. There's no way for the Lakers to take him. And people keep talking about fucking buyouts. The guy's got $120 million left on his fucking deal. The Thunder aren't eating any of that. Unless he gives back like $40 million maybe.
I feel for CP3 because I wanted him to get a ring as a basketball fan. I know people hate him, but he's such a competitor. I was rooting for him. But
yeah, he is so annoying though.
He got more annoying as he got older because he is that YMCA guy who was like, I bet this guy was really great in his prime. And now he's like flicking your nuts in between.
Yeah,
and you're like,
absolutely.
dude, come on.
He's that we've talked about it. He will pinch your penis.
Pinch your penis.
Yeah, I don't know. The only hope, I guess, for them getting anything with CP3 is if fucking Pat Riley is just like goes full global warming, not Republican, doesn't believe in global warming Republican, and is just like, fuck the future. I'm going to be dead in 5 years. I'll trade Justice Winslow. I'll trade whoever the fuck. Let me just get one fun team, and then I'll fucking retire and just be old and have beautiful hair until I die.
I'm going to die soon, Riley All-Stars. It's CP3.
Yeah.
Jimmy
Bring back
Butler.
Melo.
Greg Monroe. What is he doing here?
Yeah. Scout. Get Joe Johnson out of the big three.
Oh, Joe Johnson's awesome.
Let's get ISO Joe back in there. But yeah, and now it's like, now the question for me is like, where do you see the Houston in the West? Because to me, they're deep like the Clippers, but with playoff experience, right? But they're older, obviously. They're almost like the Lakers if the Lakers were good, if the Lakers supporting cast was good, because they're old, some of the guys have questionable health, but they're fucking gamers, dude.
They're deep. They just signed Tyson Chandler.
Yeah, you got PJ Tucker, Eric Gordon, and Eric Gordon's on an expiring, so if he wanted to trade something and take back salary.
I really like Eric Gordon, though.
I do too, but you know how fucking Morey is. You just, if a push comes to shove.
But that guy brings it in the playoffs. I kind of I like guys that are not scared. He's had such a weird career because he came into the league. Everyone was like, this is Ray Allen.
He was awesome.
But when he came in, though, remember, he was always injured, and you're like, this guy's never going to play. Yeah. And he's been pretty,
with the Clippers than the Pelicans. Actually, him being injured with the Pelicans is what really fucked Anthony Davis. Because if they had this guy, dude, or even like younger, stronger. But anyway, they got Eric Gordon. They have Austin Rivers, who they convinced to stay on a minimum. Because he could have gotten more than a minimum. He played fucking great for them last year.
I thought he got more. He got a minimum?
No.
Damn.
Yeah, they got him on a minimum because they didn't have the fucking money. You have Capella, who could be good with Russ.
Another huge contract.
Yeah. It's not that bad.
What is it, 90?
I think it's like 80-something. I'm not looking that up at all.
I guess it's not horrible.
I could be totally wrong. I think it's somewhere in the 20s year to year. And then you have, like you said, Tyson Chandler. You have Nene. You have fucking Fareed as, like, the washed-up big guys as committee.
But he kind of looked really good at the end of last year. I kind of like Fareed.
Yeah. And then you have, Shump and Gerald Green as, like, your end-of-the-bench vets with
Love the Shump signing, dude. Okay, so maybe, here's the thing.
And then you also have Daniel House, who's, like, they picked him up off the scrap heap. He was good in the regular season, but he sucked dick in the playoffs. But another year, I don't know. They have continuity,
If I had to guess now, if we're just going by... Are we going regular season or playoffs?
Let's just, where do you see them? Where do you see them?
I think on paper right now, they're probably the third or fourth best in the West because, I mean, maybe Denver or Portland does better in the regular season, but the fact that they have Harden really makes me think they could go a little deeper. So I'll go 3 or 4 right now.
Yeah, I think the Clippers are obviously better than them.
The Lakers are better.
The Lakers are better if everyone stays healthy, but they're very, like, susceptible to that. And then it's like, I kind of like them more than the fucking...
Oh, shit, the Warriors, though? I forgot the Warriors.
I don't know. Where do you see the Warriors this year?
I think just having Steph and Draymond, they're a playoff team.
Yeah, but like 6th seed?
Maybe, but they got D'Angelo, too, who's going to put up buckets.
And maybe Clay comes back.
Clay comes back at the end. But you got Looney, who's like a nice big...
You got Looney, but no Iggy, no fucking... I mean, Clay... I mean, even Quinn Cook's fucking gone. Like, who the fuck is on that team? I haven't even looked at that roster.
Thin. They lost Livingston.
Yeah.
Damn.
No, yeah, exactly.
They're
Livingston.
Thin.
They're fucking thin, and they're gonna be as thin as the fucking Lakers, and their top 2 is Curry.
I think Steph's gonna have an MVP level.
This is cool. If you're a fucking Steph lover, and I am not, I don't fuck with Steph, honestly. But this is your man's time. He's got to go because everyone was saying this year, if Harden just gets to have the ball every fucking time. If Steph did that, well, let's fucking see it, you motherfucker.
Well, he's also got D'Angelo. They're going to be interesting. They're going to be fun.
Yeah,
to watch.
But D'Angelo knows the fucking lay of the land. He's not going to fucking take shots from Steph Curry.
True.
They did just say we didn't pick him up just to trade him, but who fucking knows? They don't give a fuck.
I don't buy that either.
So yeah, I don't know. I guess. What are we? I think that's pretty much it. For
right now they're probably better than the Rockets. But in the playoffs, I don't know if I see them beating the Warriors.
You know what? I fucking love Harden and I love Russ, and I'm just excited to root for this team. Honestly,
really? Yeah, me
I really
too.
do, man. Because it's like it's kind of hard to root. I like LeBron. I think he's the best ever, and I just kind of root for him to get more championships because that'll shut people up. But this Lakers, it's just both the Clippers and the Lakers are so engineered. And this team is almost like a feel-good, like, let's get the boys back together. For one of my favorite teams, they were so fun. That Thunder team was fucking awesome, dude. I loved rooting for them. It was cool. They almost, even after they traded Harden, they almost fucking beat the Warriors. They were up 3-1. I mean, like, that's why it's like...
That was one of the all-time collapses.
And then Durant...
Followed by the Warriors making one of the all-time collapses.
Exactly. And so I feel bad for Russ. I like him, even though I don't like his game as a dude. And also that energy. You can't say the guy doesn't fucking try.
No, he's
Which
cool.
is what people say about superstars.
Russ is like, basically, I don't know if I say a ring, though. To me, he's like Tom Cruise, because it's like, your box office gold, but I don't see an Oscar. Yeah. That 2011 team was Tom Cruise. That was Magnolia. That was your one shot, But like, I don't.
You know what though, dude? I'll watch Mission Impossible 5 right now, dude. I'm ready for I'm ready for Ghost Protocol.
I do love, but that's my point. I love watching Russ.
Yeah. So I'm kind of fucking between just how much Harden fucks.
He's gonna fuck.
And I love that. I'm just kind of.
It's gonna be like that scene in Varsity Blues.
They might be annoying. Yeah,
just reeking of booze.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna everyone that's. And I'm just curious to see how Russ does it. I'm rooting for Russ to figure it out. So this is kind of all of a sudden this has kind of become my favorite team in the West.
I love PJ Tucker too because he's just like an old. Like I kind of like their players. It sucks they lost Ariza because he would fit in so well right now. Yeah. They need a guy like that.
Ariza's out there chasing the bag, baby. He keeps getting fat deals. Good for him though.
And he's a winner. Like that guy's just the Knicks trading him for a washed up Steve Francis continues to be one of my most brutal.
Yeah.
Even in the moment, I was like. But what? And you know what? That was Marbury and Francis together, who were, two guys that play alike. So it's interesting, but obviously much more cool at the end.
It was cool if you had no idea about actual basketball. You know what I mean? You're
if
like,
you only play NBA Live.
As a kid, I was like, the fucking Knicks, bro. Like, this is awesome. I loved Stevie Franchise, but my man is out there.
I loved him too.
He's somewhere in the fucking Beijing right now, face fat as shit off dumplings, just with a statue.
He talks about it. He's like, I drink, I party.
Yeah, he gets fucked up. He looks like shit, dude.
Yeah.
But
it's kind of sad because
he's out there getting sucked off in China, I'll tell you that much.
He also, I mean, if you ever read his Players Tribune piece, it's one of the all-time best things. We're just like, this dude was not even on anyone's radar, Steve Francis.
Yeah,
and he
went to Maryland.
Yeah, Maryland.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Number
he was
2
big in
or
Maryland.
1 pick, whatever he was.
I don't remember. I want to say 3, but I don't remember.
Something crazy.
Yeah. I loved him. That Rockets team was fun when he was on it.
Coutinho Mobley.
Oh, yeah.
Badass
now he's out there with the gray hair and the big 3.
Love it.
So that's pretty much our Speaking
of the big 3, J.R. Smith.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Will it be signed by the triplets? So let's go over some news. JR has been fucking cut.
Yeah.
No more with the Cavs. And immediately the Lakers, no one asked. Immediately, the Lakers like, we're not fucking signing JR. That's the story. Is like, he's gone. By the way, the Lakers just leaked. Don't fucking ask us. He's not on the fucking
He's already
team.
Slipped into Jeannie Buss's DMs.
Yeah.
You up?
Yeah, you trying to get the pipe, Jeannie?
I'm not up. I'm trying to get the pipe.
You remember that?
Is the best.
So I don't know where the fuck JR. LeBron's like, yeah, motherfucker, you cost me game 1.
I know.
Of the best game anyone's ever played in the fucking finals.
I know.
Against the best team ever. You cost me that.
He helped him get that ring though in Cleveland. You can't ask for more than 1 rings out of JR.
Yeah, but dude, that game, LeBron was just like it was he was going to have the best game anyone's ever had in a fucking finals.
50 points.
And it just feels different without the win. Anyway, JR, enjoy the big 3. Enjoy.
Someone's gonna get him.
Yeah, someone will get
JR,
him.
if you
enjoy
watch
Charlotte,
he's a great jump shooter. I think the Knicks take another run at him.
Hilarious.
I want him to teach RJ Barrett how to fuck Rihanna.
Hold on. Can he play the 4 though? That's what the Knicks want. They're like, JR, we like what you're doing. We're going to shift you over to power forward, like everyone else.
We just added Greg Monroe.
Yeah, we're talking to Al Jefferson.
Let's get some more back to the basket, guys.
Yeah, the Knicks are fucked.
But if you're JR, has he text LeBron like, "Hey man, it'd be fun to play together"?
For sure, but LeBron's fucking screening his shit. He's getting like the number you have fucking dialed.
Contavious Caldwell Pope is just looking over his shoulder. Yeah. Who's that? LeBron's no one.
No, that's what happened. KCP saw the text and deleted it real quick. Nobody. That was it was a telemarketer, LeBron.
Is KCP better than JR right now?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, dude. For sure.
I think JR is a more consistent shooter, and that's what they need.
JR is a fucking minimum guy. No one's going to sign him.
Really?
Yeah, dude. JR is cooked.
I don't know, man. I think Danny Green is definitely better. I like Danny Green.
Danny Green's definitely better without a doubt.
Because of defense, but JR I don't know what KCP really gives you. He's not very consistent.
He's a good shooter. He's okay on defense. I would say he's kind of better than JR. He's just an average perimeter player, and they just need that right now.
I saw LeBron tweet.
JR's washed, bro.
Yeah.
I love him, but
I guess I have so much love for JR for that 1 Man of the Year season.
Yeah.
He was awesome. He came out of China.
Yeah.
During that shortened season and just lit it up.
He rules, dude. Listen, I'm sorry to slander him right now, but yeah, he's not going to be on the list. I mean, I think the Lakers could use him. Honestly, I think it's clearly like we're not done. We got fucking Rondo. We got fucking JaVale and his fucking rat tail. We don't need J.R. Smith out here. Also,
J.R. Smith had a sweet ass run because it was like he had a lot of hype coming into the league. You know, he could shoot from way out.
Athletic as a motherfucker.
Could throw down crazy dunks.
Windmills, all that.
When he was on that Denver team, it was kind of cool.
Yeah, he was fucking awesome.
So, you know, and then he kind of dipped a little bit, and then he kind of Cleveland. What LeBron? One of my favorite stories is that LeBron said, you know, I know you like to party. If you have the urge to party, come over and watch movies with me. Have you heard that?
I did not.
Amazing.
That. That's awesome.
So it's like, you know, they kind of connected in a weird way. Yeah,
for sure. All of that was undone in game one of that fucking.
It's true. It's true. No, because JR had another actor reference. JR is Colin Farrell, man. Because there's a lot of hype coming in.
Yep.
And then it's like that one championship season, that's in Bruges. But the rest of your career is mostly True Detective season 2. It's mostly with like an Alexander sprinkled in. You're like, ooh.
And listen, they both have huge pieces, so good for them.
Is Colin Farrell?
Oh. Yes.
He breaks the Irish stereotype? No
shit. He was in some movie that like they screened it and there was like a male nudity and it was him and people like his dick was so big that male patrons were mad.
Good for him.
That's how big his dick is that it can hurt his box office draw. Other news to get to, some Giannis Antetokounmpo roundups around here. My favorite player, the best, the MVP. Recently they unveiled, like they did the Milwaukee unveiling of the MVP, and he told everyone, after today, don't call me the MVP until I win again, which is humility that you do not get from a Greek man ever. That is the least Greek. Those are his Nigerian roots. That is not being raised in Greece. That's just humble, hardworking, like African immigrant shit. The kind of guys that like have 2 jobs and drive Lyft also. You know what I mean? It's not Greek. Like, my mom still brags about my fucking standardized test scores in 3rd grade to people. Our achievements are fucking.
Was it you that told me about Bill Walton driving a taxi cab?
No.
That he had so much energy during the 80s and the Celtics that he was like, after the game, he's like, I'm just going to drive a taxi cab. How crazy is that shit?
Fucking rules.
It makes me love Bill Walton.
Yeah, he's hilarious. But Giannis, absolutely salute to him for, you know, he wins a fucking MVP at 24 and he's like, there's work to be done.
Well, because he's in it for the chip and he knows that they got embarrassed. Yeah. They were up 2-0.
I'm just saying those are not Greeks.
Dude, I mean, I'm still coasting off a Colbert set from 3 years ago. So let's say,
I mean, we're a country.
It's over.
We're a country that like almost collapsed the world's economy because we broke too many plates and loved to nap too much.
It's true. Dude, you know what I thought of? Because you sent me this article and I was watching TV when you sent it to me, and that dumb Jeremy Renner commercial for Jeep came on, where he's in his band, and you're like, wow, the opposite of humility.
Yeah.
An actor with a fucking band. You know what I mean? I was like,
wow.
They all do it.
Yeah.
And none of us, Billy Bob Thornton, we don't want to see your band.
No,
we don't want to see any of your bands.
Suck my dick, dude. Enjoy getting to fuck Angelina Jolie. After or before her brother, I don't remember, but
it was after. It was after. It was a dirtier fuck. The blood vial, right?
Yeah,
Billy Bob
disgusting.
Thornton.
But real quick, so Giannis displayed some un-Greek behavior, but I will say he followed it up with one of the Greekest things of all time, because Thanasis Antetokounmpo signed a 2-year deal with the Bucks.
I love it.
So getting your brother a fucking easy ass job, plum job, where he doesn't have to do shit. Nepotism. Now we're back, baby. Now it's fucking gyro time.
The Knicks had Thanasis for a minute.
They did. Yeah, he was playing in Greece last year.
He
was
part good?
He played for fucking Rick Pitino's team that won the championship.
Damn.
Yeah, so he's gotten some Pitino coaching. So I don't know. He's learned to bust in his pants quick in a bathroom.
He's just Pitino's teaching him English. He's like, "No, honey, I'm not out with my friends."
Yeah. Repeat after me. Okay. So shouts out to Giannis. Salute to him. And the last piece, we're just going to do a couple quick pieces of news. The last piece is that Amari, I don't know if you saw this, but Amari Stoudemire got into a beef with these podcasters. These guys.
I love it.
So it was a podcast called the Knicks pod. So it's a Knicks podcast. And Amari did a post where he was quoted as saying, like, the reason I signed for it with New York was because of James Dolan. And he's just sucking off Dolan, right?
Right.
And it's like, I get it.
He wants to be taken care of.
You want to stay in the MSG family.
Sure. Makes total sense.
And so this podcaster like screen capped and was like, yeah, the reason you signed with fucking James Dolan because it was James Dolan because he was the only one dumb enough to give you $100 million with your garbage knees. And so he's just.
I'm not going to act like I wasn't thrilled when we signed Amari.
Oh yeah.
That was
delusion.
One of Well, dude, he gave us. Hey, Amari, if you're listening, I think you gave us one of the best half seasons that
was
ever
an
seen.
awesome. And listen, that half season was fucking tight,
amazing.
Felton,
Danilo, and Amari. I was like, we're winning the East, baby.
A hilarious true. That is the most
Wilson
New York,
Chandler.
That is the most New York shit of all time. Just some fucking jacked guy with dreads, a fucking fat Italian, and some short, like also fat
Dude,
black
Landry
guy.
Fields. I was convinced that guy lasted like another
light-skinned guy. Mm-hmm.
Another like year and a half in the NBA. But like when he came in, I'm like, this guy's like Derek Jeter. He knows the intangibles. You know, like that's what MSG gave him and Andy Roddins a show. I don't know if you remember this, the Andy and Landry show.
Hilarious.
And I was like, holy shit, that was the only worse MSG show than our show.
Yeah. PTS, People Talking Sports. It's still on YouTube if you want to check it out. We got fired and now we're podcasting. But so Amari fucking DM'd this guy. And so he's like, meet me. First of all, I wanted to meet him at the NBA Players Association office. So he was going to fuck up some guy outside of the PA office. But anyway, he's trying to fight a podcaster. But here's the thing, Sam. That podcast, the Knicks podcast, they caught a lot of clout off that shit.
Wow.
They got a lot of buzz. They were screen capped a lot. A lot of fucking articles were made. So for us to start to get some fucking pub right now, we got to fucking threaten to fight some NBA players.
Get some beef going,
Let's
dude.
get some beef with retired players. So Nick Van Exel, pull up, bitch.
Let's go.
We're going to fuck you up. Brian Big Country Reeves, I'm going to knock the
big
flat
one. I don't know how I feel about that one.
You're right. He's big.
He's still big.
He is big. Here's what we need.
Nat Sweetwater Clifton.
Yeah.
You want to go? Is Naismith still alive?
Yeah, we need the oldest. Any of the white guys that play with Bill Russell, I will fucking slap the dentures out of your mouth.
Havlicek, if you were still alive. Yeah. Holy shit, dude.
Hold on, let me see the oldest motherfucker I can find. Walt Budko, who last played for the Philadelphia Warriors in 1952. You're 92 years old, and I will fuck your ass up,
dude.
Bitch.
Is there anyone from that Syracuse pro team that we could take?
All right, so there we go. That's our attempt to fucking get some pub going. All right, so we're shifting gears again a little bit here because we're gonna do a little something fun where it seems like the NBA we were just in like eras of big threes. Everyone had it was all about the big three. You know, D Wade, LeBron, and then you went to the fucking and then you go to the Spurs, have their whatever. It's just been a big three era. Then it's just been super teams, but now we're sort of back to duos. It's all about duos.
It's so fun for the NBA that it's spread out. NBA Jam, man. I mean, you see the T-shirts coming back.
Exactly.
I love them.
It's NBA Jam, 100%. And that's why we decided to go ahead and fuck around and pick our favorite NBA Jam teams of the current NBA.
Let's rank them, dude.
Let's rank them. Who do you got? We'll draft.
Number one, I'm going Kawhi and PG-13.
Yeah.
Because you could totally argue that it's LeBron and AD.
For sure.
But if we're going off resume, but I'm going off last year. I mean, you can't take it. The Finals MVP, top 3 MVP candidate.
Yep.
Paul George coming off a career year. I go Kawhi. As far superior to the real NBA Jam team, Pooh Richardson and Stanley Roberts. They've come a long way.
Kawhi and Paul George. I just can't wait till the fucking announcer's like, he needs arthroscopic surgery on his shoulder. His shoulder's trash.
Poor PG, man.
That's the other thing that I was talking about. That motherfucker's going to be out for training camp. He's hurt.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was still out.
Yeah, so Presti might end up looking like a fucking genius. Dude.
God, this would be the worst trade of all time if he's hurt.
It would be hilarious. And then Kawhi walks in 2 years. Will be hilarious. But
Kawhi will still be great in 2 years.
Okay, so we got LeBron in the brow.
That's who you got number one.
I guess we'll go. We're just drafting.
Yeah.
So you got Kawhi and Paul George. I'll take LeBron in the brow. I
like
him.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're just fucking good. I don't. LeBron. No one can really shoot threes, but who fucking cares? They're big boys.
Yeah.
Who do you got third? Who do you got next?
The Browns. They were Nick Van Exel and Vlade in NBA Jam. That's a fun team,
That's
dude.
A good one, dude.
That's nostalgia.
I love Vlade, dude.
The Lakers were fun when they kind of sucked. And then a couple years later, they got Eddie Jones. They were kind of like it's fun because they sucked, but they had fun players.
Well, that was that's how they started. That's how they got Shaq because they were like bad, and then they just sort of. It's what the Knicks should be fucking doing. Get a respectable team on the fucking floor. Don't sign 8 fucking power forwards.
I don't know, man. I kind of like it. I'm standing. So
how about Marcus fucking Morris? He was going to sign with the Spurs. They had to do a trade to find the cap space, and And then because Reggie Bullock had something fucked up with his shit,
which I don't like. Whatever
which
happened.
Is a bad.
There.
Yeah, the only shooting the Knicks got
because he was like, "No, I'm still cool with $8 million instead of 21." I'm like, "Yeah, I would be." I'd be pretty pissed about. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, that is not good, and that's a bad sign to me because that means Marcus Morris went from being like, you know what, I'm going to take my shit serious because it was a 3-year deal with the Spurs.
Was it?
Or 2 or 3. I'm going to take my shit serious. I'm going to enroll in fucking Popovich Academy, and then it's like, we'll give you 1 year, $15 million in New York, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna fuck models in New York and fucking smoke backwoods.
But he is. I know he's not great, but here's what I love about that signing, dude. We got a lot of tough players, dude. Like the Knicks,
I guess,
dude.
Man.
The delusions are already kicking in, baby. We got
tough players. Who
Taj
the fuck is gonna handle the ball?
No one. That's where it's gonna be a problem. Dennis Smith has to turn into a franchise point guard this year. No, but
the Knicks,
Randall and Morris on the floor together. That's a badass front court.
Yeah,
these
man.
are 2 tough dudes.
But just get
who could
Randall.
Shoot. We got him.
Randall.
Well, these other guys are all 1 year, so it's more just like get these young guys around tough
I guess
guys.
they're really trying to fucking I guess they think they have it with the guards already. I don't know who the fuck.
All right, if we're drafting, my third is obviously Harden and Russ based on talent.
Okay.
I mean, I obviously think there's better duos, but individually together, they're. I mean, dude, they're killers.
That'll be awesome. The lean inside pussy all stars. Shouts out to Russ and Harden.
So much.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna start. The talent has dried up, so I'm gonna start going by. I'm gonna take a different approach, and I'm gonna pick Kyle Lowry and Serge Ibaka.
Wow, that's a weird choice.
Because here's why: between Kyle Lowry's giant ass and Serge Ibaka's giant penis, you distract your opponents. Oh. They have the sex appeal. They have this is Bugs Bunny putting on lipstick and pretending to be a woman. You know what I mean? Kyle Lowry's juicy ass. I don't know. I like it, baby. So I think that's who I'm going to select.
It's a strange choice.
Listen, I got a lot of strange ones coming up, Sam.
All right. Well, next, you got to go Steph and Draymond.
Oh, yes.
Because
for sure.
Clay is out. And I like the Steph and Draymond NBA. They're like kind of like Jim and Dwight from The Office, opposites, working together.
Yeah, imagine those guys just having to have lunch together.
Yeah.
Just hanging out. That's brutal.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Because Draymond's got good stories, and Steph's just like, my wife and I, and he's like, shut up. Yeah. Just shut up.
Although I heard that everyone thinks Steph doesn't cheat because he's got this good, I play golf, I'm a Christian shit going on.
Yeah.
People say he gets pussy.
Really?
Unsubstantiated rumors from someone that has dated. Here is the reporting we're doing. Somebody I know claims to have fucked someone that Klay Thompson fucked, and she sang like a bird about.
This is a lot of hoops to go through to get to this accusation.
This is the kind of reporting we're bringing with Pod Don't Lie. Fourth hand. I'm accusing one of the NBA's most beloved clean players of cheating on his wife. But it would make sense. You did see her talking about groupies always being in Steph shit. I'm just saying. And she's into foot shit, or he's into foot shit.
Steph having a miniature golf show on ABC also is a red flag. That's like, don't you want to, you got all the money. Don't you want to hang out with your family a little?
Not at all, dude. He's trying to get sucked off by PAs on that golf course.
If he goes down for intern pussy, Steph, come on, man.
So you got them. You got the fucking
Warriors.
All right. Obviously, actually, I don't know what I was thinking. I got to take Giannis and Chris Middleton, baby.
Of course.
Actually, Giannis and Thanasis. I'm going to go all Greek.
In either of those, Giannis is doing the heavy lifting.
Giannis is doing the heavy lifting.
Middleton
and Giannis actually would be a fucking awesome squad, though, in a real NBA jams.
Great defense.
Great shooter. Like, just when you flatten the game out to where it's just defense, block, you know what I mean? Defense, speed, shooting, dunking. That might be the best fucking. I'll take anyone with them.
Okay, I'm going. This is, to me, a super fun, no blocking, but super fun video game team. Dame and CJ.
Dame and CJ, baby.
I mean, I'm such a fan of both of them.
6'3" guys. 2 6'3" guys. No,
not a lot of blocks.
Not a lot of blocks.
Not a lot of steals either.
Also, I feel like, but you're just bombing threes.
All day.
I feel like both of them don't cheat.
Really?
They seem wholesome. Dame definitely not, dude. Dame is too legit. But, I don't know about CJ. Maybe he's just a bachelor. Maybe CJ's just getting pussy every once in a while.
I think he's got a wife.
Does he?
I think so.
Interesting. I would love for him to be getting just like some Portland bitch with like gauges in her ears, just like CJ and some woman that has like she does crystals for dogs, crystal healing for dogs.
The strip clubs in Portland suck too. Everyone's like, they're so cool. I'm like, no, they're vegan. They suck. They're like, everyone's too tatted up. They're too skinny.
Right. Get a little fucking yes. We need a couple.
Some bust.
At least eat some frijoles. You know what I'm saying? Get some beans. Get the protein that way.
Get something.
I will say I randomly followed. Before I was in a relationship, I randomly followed a stripper from Portland. She followed me back, and I was ready to go. And then in a relationship with a woman I love very much now, so I just kind of keep tabs, see what she's up to.
That first part felt like she might be listening, and Stav wanted to show what a great guy he is.
Damn, I gotta unfollow her. But I will say,
do you ever get shit for like who you follow?
Oh, 100%.
She gives you shit for that,
dude. Because here's the thing. Yes, I have a roster of. It's mostly friends, family. I follow a lot of basketball guys, but there is a nice percentage of large tittied and acid women that I like to keep up on. Just support their careers with a like here and there. You know what I mean? I'm trying to.
A harmless like. Well, I used to follow Adriana Chechik, the porn star, because I didn't know she was, but I found out she reposted a pro porn bit I posted.
Nice, there you go.
From my special, promoting my special, and she goes, "This is great because it's funny and pro porn." I was like, "Follow."
Yeah.
I don't realize they post just clips of them sucking dick. So I'm in the grocery store like scrolling jokes, and she's just like taking 2 dicks. I'm like, it's 3 p.m.
This is too much.
It's too much,
dude. Twitter has made me. It has maximized the amount of times that I'm checking Twitter, and then before I know it, I'm just sitting on a park bench watching hardcore pornography, completely soft. I'm not even hard. I've turned into an old man because
you've
of Twitter.
Trained your penis not to get hard in public.
Yeah.
And this app is undoing all this hard work. Brutal.
Okay. So
Dame and CJ, super fun team.
Dame and CJ, I like it. I'm gonna go with Denver, Jokic and Jamal Murray.
Interesting.
Not only are they good, but maybe Murray's sharp ass nose can just poke some. That motherfucker's really got a beak on him. And then also,
you get an ad deal with Fruit Loops.
Yeah, he should. He should. Plus, Jokic is just. I fucking love Jokic, man. He is who I identify with him so much. You know what I mean?
That body type's given a lot of rec league guys confidence.
Exactly, dude. Chubby and unselfish. Are you kidding me?
I love him, dude.
He's the player that most exemplifies my lovemaking style. I will eat pussy till my fat little thighs cramp up. That's just.
He's got a twin brother.
Yeah, he's huge. He's jacked.
And they just live together.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Can you imagine being in an elevator with those guys? And you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and his brother's apparently like a lunatic. He's just like a psychopath who just like does all his shit for him. But yeah, that's I'll select that.
That's a good pick. I got Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. I know Simmons sucks.
Okay.
But Embiid can shoot the 3.
Mm-hmm.
Simmons sucks at shooting. He doesn't suck.
Right.
But definitely a far lift up from their NBA Jam team, Sean Bradley and Clarence Weatherspoon.
Oof, brutal. Sean Bradley just getting dunked on.
Dunked.
Yeah, just
T-Mac threw it down on him.
Disgracing the Mormon church. Disgracing.
Is he a Mormon?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
big time.
7'6".
Look at that guy.
Clarence Weatherspoon once denied me for an autograph request when I was a kid. When he played for the Knicks, I was like, Clarence, please. He's in a fur coat, and he just goes, nah. I kind of respect it.
The opposite of the Mean Joe Green commercial. He spits on you. He's like, "Fuck off, kid."
You know what's crazy? It was they lost. They lost, but it was right after Clarence pulled down 24 boards. That dude got boards.
Interesting.
In his prime, he was like a 16, 18 a game guy.
Yeah.
And he was like built kind of like an unathletic Barkley.
Interesting.
But he just fucking fought dudes. It was kind of cool.
Nice. I'm going to go with all right, now we've entered the purely joke portion of this exercise.
I got 1 or 2 good ones
You have
left.
a couple more good ones?
I think I have a couple good teams
Okay, what do you
left.
got?
Well, the 2 good teams I have are Utah and Dallas.
Oh, true.
Dallas,
the fucking white supremacist all-stars, the fucking dark web, intellectual dark web all-stars. Throw on some Ben Shapiro and play with Luka.
I want to know where they get their hair cut because that guy's going down too. Ben Shapiro is the best reference. Who are the silly teams?
I got a bunch of silly ones.
Let's see. I want to hear them.
Well, okay, there's Boston, which could be Kemba and Tatum.
Oh, that's
which
good.
is interesting.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Or you could go with the team most fans of Boston will choose, Gordon Hayward and Daniel Theis. in a similar nod.
With a bench of Enes Kanter and...
There's something about... they're just smarter. Gordon Hayward just a smarter player than those two. I don't know what it is. Something you just can't teach it. Kemba and Tatum. Maybe part of Tatum, but I don't know.
Anytime a white guy tells me to look up how great Larry Bird was, I'm like, I know, dude. Yeah. I know. It feels like they're recruiting me, doesn't it? It feels like
I know.
Everyone knows Larry Bird's fucking great.
Well, Larry Bird crosses over the like threshold of like, I do feel like it's like him and Luka. It's like you forget that they actually are that good because you're like, how good can a white guy?
Dude,
but they are that good.
Luka's thick.
Yeah,
he's like got a Paul Pierce body, but with like a handle. And
he needs to lose a little weight, dude.
I don't know, man. We'll see.
Yeah, listen, I gotta. Speaking, I've taken a look at him, and but no, he's fucking a young kid.
He does our BMI portion.
Yeah, I gotta put him on.
Who are some of the bad teams that are gonna be just fun?
Okay, here we go. I have for the Wizards Bradley Beal and Gilbert Arenas' gun. And then Bradley Beal can use it to kill himself if they don't trade him off that shitty roster. I have Heat is Jimmy and Dr. Miami.
Who is that? Javaris Quintenton?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. We know our brains are occupied with so much useless. I'm sorry. Who's the most recent one?
Oh, I said for the Heat it's Jimmy and Dr. Miami. And while Jimmy scores, Dr. Miami will give his opponents huge fake asses and tits to weigh them down. So that's
with the third rotation is the douche from Burn Notice.
Yeah, Burn Notice. Nice pull. Kyrie, the Nets is Kyrie and a shaman he met at Prospect Park. And what else I have? For the Cavs, Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson, and you have to hope that you get extra points for getting your dick sucked in a hookah bar while your girlfriend is pregnant. And that's that. And if the game awards you points for that, then the Cavs will be really good.
47-point shot by Tristan Thompson. Can we go worst teams in NBA, the real NBA team? I had to look at it.
Sure, yeah.
The Clippers, obviously. The Bucks, Vin Baker and Eric Murdoch.
Oof.
That's rough.
Murdoch.
You got to be a real
Baker
Bucks fan.
Drunk as shit.
Opening Starbucks.
Yeah.
What a weird drunk rehabilitation thing.
Is that what he did? I didn't know
He just owns a shitload of Starbucks.
Good for him. Good for Vin.
When the Knicks got Vin Baker, it was like one of the most infuriating. That was right around when we got Penny too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Are we going to get every washed up All-Star?
Yep. The retreads, baby.
The T-Wolves, Christian Laettner and Isaiah Ryder.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Brutal.
Isaiah Ryder, he was one of those hype guys because he could dunk and shit. And Christian Laettner, dude, he had a fine career. He was just fucked because he was never going to live. Honestly, he never lived.
He was an All-Star one year, right?
Yeah, he was an All-Star one year, I think. Yeah, I think with the Mavs or the Hawks. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But he'll just never live down being on the fucking dream team. Like, everyone's like, fuck Shaq shit. Everyone's mad at him.
Probably the best college player ever based on all the records. 4 years. Because no one does 4 years anymore.
He's cool, dude. Have you heard of, like, I listened to a podcast with him. He's just like a fucking Zen. Like, he's a Buddhist without even knowing it. He speaks so softly and calmly. I'm going to start listening to Christian Laettner speaking as ASMR. He should have an ASMR channel.
Dude, the ESPN 30 for 30 on him is so good. Oh, Isaiah Ryder, you're right. He is basically JR without guidance. That really was like, you know.
Yeah, he had
the tools.
You know what I used to love about fucking the original NBA Jam was playing as Bill Clinton and Al Gore. Do you ever unlock that?
I don't remember that.
You can unlock that, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my God.
Unless I've completely made that up.
I don't know. I remember you can make the big heads.
Big heads was fun.
What other unlocked things could you do?
I don't remember. I feel like there was an alien.
NBA Jam. My team was obviously Ewing and Starks, which was a good team.
Right.
I was at a comedy club in Spokane, and they had in the green room NBA Jam. I'm playing Ewing and Starks versus my guy who's opening for me is a Seattle
that was
native.
A fucking great team.
He's Payton and Kemp. That's a bad. Those are those teams, and then also the Jazz, where you get Stockton,
obviously
Malone.
The Bulls.
Yeah, but the Bulls were B.J. Armstrong and Pippen. They weren't even.
Right.
Jordan was too good.
Right.
It's like Barry Bonds.
He wouldn't be on that. I forgot about that. I always played with Barkley. Who did Barkley have on his team?
Barkley had, but he was only in some of them too. Because some of the games you'd get KJ and Marley, because Barkley wouldn't be in it either. But when you got Barkley, you got KJ, who was
that was it.
KJ was the shit.
That fucking rocked. In terms of who got the worst, I mean, like in modern day, if we were just doing more jokes, it's like. If you're Charlotte, what the fuck? Is it Terry Rozier and literally who? Batum, Monk, Britt, like
a Zeller brother coming out of somewhere?
One of a pair of Michael Jordan's big jeans. It's Terry Rozier and Michael Jordan's Jinkos.
Jordan's probably the number 2.
Yeah.
I take 50-year-old Jordan over Frank Kaminsky. They're the worst team, no question.
Yeah, that's brutal. I mean, the Knicks, bro, I don't mean to be
Julius Randle could shoot threes, though.
Julius Randle and who?
Dennis Smith.
I guess. Yeah, they're fine. They're middling.
Come on, dude.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
But the Knicks, I'm dude. After that summer league, I'm looking at RJ Barrett, dude. Those last 2 games, he looked like a fucking
He
killer.
picked it up. He looked kind of lost the first couple games, but yeah,
I don't care about your jump shot falling that early, but also he's doing everything.
And also, people like summer league doesn't really matter.
It's true.
Sometimes it does. Like I think Donovan Mitchell fucking tore those motherfuckers up.
Yeah.
But very rarely. Like I feel like Kwame Brown had a great summer.
Yeah, dude.
league.
Adam Morrison had a killer summer
Adam
league.
Morrison. Like so. You know, it doesn't fucking matter that much. But
now Adam Morrison has fucking AD's eyebrows on his lip. Brutal look.
What's he up to these days?
I don't know, man. He was in college one of the most incredible
Jimmer too.
players.
Jimmer played for the I think he played summer league this year.
Sometimes I'm in a safe space with white people. I say, you got to check out some Adam Morrison college highlights, dude. This guy did it all.
After you've proven you're not a racist, you can say how much you loved Adam Morrison in college.
Then a black friend comes by, he's like, what do you guys talk about? You're like, nothing?
No, nothing, dude. We're just fucking, who knows? Not talking about Jimmer Fredette.
Did you see Jimmer Fredette in China?
Okay, so wrapping up the ep here, guys. I guess it's time for us to award our 2 awards of the week: the little dick motherfucker who doesn't fuck of the week, and the guy who fucks of the week.
Totally.
So I don't know where's your head at? Where's your head at for this?
For guy who fucks moms, I'm giving up to Sam Presti all day.
Okay,
because Presti takes a trade demand from a request, however you want to put it, with Paul George, turns it into a boatload of picks. You know, you don't get those assets if Kawhi doesn't say it's now or never to
right.
Paul
he pulled
George.
the trigger at the exact right time.
And that's a big move. And then he has such a good rapport with his players, like Russ, that he's able to get him to a destination he wants to go to and get a lot back. I know the Chris Paul thing's not a great deal, but,
it's not bad.
He got picks.
He got picks, and honestly, the contract's a one shorter, and you never know. You might be able to offload Chris Paul. Who knows? And maybe even if he stays there 1 year and he's Shea's like whatever, Shea will pick something up, and then maybe with another year gone, maybe then he's willing to take a steep ass buyout when he really feels the fucking clock ticking.
True.
It is also he's got a very hot wife.
Sam Presti.
Sam Presti's got a hot wife.
That Spurs pedigree, man.
Yeah. So there's a picture of her, I think, semi-nude in a basketball hoop that I looked at one time. So look that up, guys. Enjoy that for yourselves. See, I would say guy who fucks of the week is actually Russ. Because
interesting.
If you're gonna, where the drawback is in this trade is maybe the Rockets, maybe Harden, but Russ is in immediately a better situation. Russ, like, they have to deal with his bullshit. You know what I mean? Like,
True.
He's the one that gets to be on a contender. He's the one that gets to play for D'Antoni. Although I don't know how bad a coach Donovan is, but like. Russ is the one that's like, they trade away his boy.
He does not have good coach haircut.
Who's that?
Donovan?
That widow's peak is tough.
It's rough, dude.
Yeah.
He looks like he's part of the Romney campaign or something. I'm like, ugh.
100%, dude. He looks like he's trying to get elected for House in Utah. he's trying to be fucking District 12 in Utah. But you know what? I'll give it to Presti. I'll give a guy who fucks of the week to Presti because he's also kind of. He's made it. He's spun it so it's like, oh, I couldn't do anything about it. When in reality, it's like maybe this team hit their ceiling. So
yeah.
I'll give it to Presti and his hot wife. Guy who fucks of the week, Sam Presti. Go ogle his wife on the internet. Little dick motherfucker who doesn't fuck of the week. What do you think?
I had Morey because I didn't like the trade for Russ, but you kind of convinced me to change otherwise.
I think it's worth the shot. I definitely don't think he's in little dick motherfucker territory.
All right. He's not in little, he's in regular package size territory still. Yeah. I know who you're going to pick, and I think it makes a little more sense. I mean, based on what happened to him, I think your pick is better than mine.
Mm-hmm.
I know what's coming.
Yeah. I'm going Chris Paul for sure.
It hurts because it's hard for me to go there, but
bro.
He's fucked. He's in OKC until at least December.
Yeah. I mean,
I once got stranded in Tampa for 2 extra days due to Hurricane Irene. It took me like months to recover.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's going to do it.
Yeah. And I mean, you know what? There's a chance that like he used to play in OKC because that's where the Pelicans, when Hurricane Katrina happened, he has like they have those OKC jerseys.
This is worse for Chris Paul than Hurricane Katrina. This is rough.
He's more disappointed to be in Oklahoma City now than he was when Hurricane Katrina happened.
This is rough.
Yeah, dude. I just think it's. You know what else though? Who's a kind of a sneaky little dick guy.
Who?
That, as much as I like what Houston has done, their owner, I really don't fuck with Tillman Fertitta, dude.
Why is that?
Because so he wouldn't pay the luxury tax last year, right? Mm-hmm. And that kind of hamstrung what kind of deals they could make. And here's the other, what people aren't talking, as cool as this Houston team is, he did not extend D'Antoni. He couldn't come to terms with D'Antoni.
Would you extend D'Antoni?
Yes, of course you do, man.
Yeah.
And then he fired most of his staff. So Jeff Bzdelik, the guy they begged to come back, their defensive guy,
right.
He just didn't bring him back. So it's like, this guy's fucking cheap and he's cutting corners. And part of me thinks Daryl Morey is almost like, what I said about Pat Riley being like, fuck it, I'm not going to be here, burn it all to the ground. Daryl Morey might be doing something like that where he's like, let's go these next 2 years.
Yeah.
And then maybe we get to the luxury tax and we don't compete. And
my only issue with them is I look at all these teams thinking they're not done, but all these teams that made these crazy moves,
pretty much capped out. Yeah,
they're capped out, and they're out of picks. A lot of them. How many more picks can you give up?
Right. The Rocket, yeah, for sure. The Rockets and the Clippers. Although I don't know specifically how, like on the buyout market, I'd have to look that up.
They need a really good three.
Who's that
in Houston?
Yeah, where's he going to?
Who do they have though? I
don't know. I gotta think it's Paul though, man. I really have to think. So little dick motherfucker.
He's gonna have. They said they were looking up other options, but I think he's stuck in OKC until at least December.
Yeah, but where would it even be?
Who's taking him?
Who's got the bad fucking contract?
Because he wants to go somewhere he can compete, right? So where can he compete?
But they don't give a fuck. First of all, he might want to, but guess what? You think Oklahoma City gives a fuck about Chris Paul?
No, they don't. But
they'll send him to Minnesota. Like, in terms of bad contracts,
Minnesota would be interesting for him because he could maybe toughen up Wiggins and Towns.
Well, you might have to trade Wiggins for him. And then if you're OKC, you're like, fuck it, we'll swallow Wiggins' contract. He's younger. Maybe we can make him something. He's kind of Presti's type in terms of, like, athletic who can't shoot, although I think he just is bad, honestly. Like, Wiggins is just not good.
Minnesota had a really bad offseason.
Yeah, they got fucked not getting D'Lo. It seemed like it was going to happen.
Seemed like it was going to happen. They got Jake Layman was like their only move. Their coach is 33.
Yeah,
Ryan Saunders.
It's Flip Saunders' son.
Incredible.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
It's cool. He's boys with he was KG's ball boy. Like,
I love it.
He's got the Timberwolves are going for a sports movie right now.
That's
how they made their choice. It's like our dead coach's son. We're gonna hire him. It's gonna be fucking awesome. And in reality, I think what's gonna happen is just
did they lose Tyus Jones as well?
They did. Someone took him for.
I thought they matched, but they still. Oh, okay.
I think they lost him. I'm pretty sure they did.
So they really did not have a good offseason.
No,
they lost Taj. They lost Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah. I don't know what they even fucking did. I'd have to look
Layman is the only move I could think of.
Right. Okay. So because CP3 is a little dick motherfucker who doesn't fuck, and with all of these categories, we like to give you a little nugget about either them fucking or them not fucking. I did my research here.
Oh, no.
And I read on a message board called lipstickalley.com.
Sounds credible.
that Austin Rivers, remember when they had that fight, the Clippers and the Rockets in the hallway or whatever?
There's so many fights. I forgot about that one.
Remember that one where he went to the tunnel because he knew where the tunnel, because he used to play there? Austin Rivers told Chris Paul that he fucked his wife.
Did he?
Now, is it true? Probably
not.
Probably not, but we have no actual evidence to prove it. But on the other hand...
That's like old school trash talk.
On the other hand, a user on the message board commented, "The eyes says it all. She got them. I got married too young, so let me suck your dick from the back eyes." So, proof versus what an anonymous user on a message board says. Make your own decisions, folks.
I don't know, man.
That's tough. Who knows? It could go either way. I couldn't find this man's username or woman because he had been banned from the message board.
I think it was a man.
Probably a man. Anyway, guys, that's our fucking show for the week. Thank you so much for listening.
Follow our Twitter and Insta too.
Yes, we're getting rolling. We're getting our fucking stride.
What is Twitter's Pod Don't Lie?
Pod Don't Lie.
And Twitter's
NBA,
Pod Don't. No, that's Twitter's Pod Don't Lie NBA, and
Yeah.
Instagram is Pod Don't Lie.
Yeah, and follow us, Stabby Baby, on both, and Sam Morrell.
Both.
So yeah, thanks guys. We're having a blast.
Tell
on the
friends.
show.
We're gonna keep doing this.
We're gonna
feel like it's gonna get better and better.
It's been fun. Yeah, we were trying it out the first couple of weeks, and we're really having a blast. So we're gonna stick to it, and we'll be here as the fucking season ramps up. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.